Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, it has been a slow day. It has been a slow day. It's been a day of consolidation. We are still in this triangle that I talked about in the previous video. So we're still in, you could say, in no man's land, because we are sort of below resistance and above support. But hey, let's talk about the structure. And let me just shift this properly here. So yeah. We are still just moving sideways. I think, though, that means tomorrow could be an interesting day, especially because we're heading towards the weekly candle close and the day of consolidation was today. And it's going to be very interesting. So we're still tracking here two potential bullish structures that could apply. The first one is the white scenario. This is basically the framework, you can say. This is the roadmap. If we assume the Monday low was a larger degree fourth wave, which would result in a fifth wave to $90,000 to $100,000, then certain levels need to hold now. Okay, if these levels break, that is a warning that the market has a different plan. So, but it is currently a scenario we can follow. It is a very fragile structure, however. We've seen from this swing low on Monday, the move down, obviously that happened was the the washout. So we've seen an initial rally, which I'm labeling wave 1. Then we had a pullback, wave 2. This takes us to the first invalidation point, or the first key level that really needs to hold in order to maintain a bullish stance. And this is here where the red line is located. It's the wave 2 low. It's located at $54,600. As long as that level is holding, we could focus on higher. And we talk about the different scenarios right now. So, but in the white count, we would then look at further rising prices, ideally directly from here, and without ideally forming another low. So I'm talking about without forming another low below the Friday low, which was formed around 59,600. And the third wave, and that's the ideal structure, should get to 66,850. So that hasn't changed from previous videos. The parameters stay the same. And then we could look for a 4-5 pattern. So a higher low and a higher high, possibly into the 70K region or just below 70K. And then this would be called a larger degree wave 1 again. And after that, ideally, we get a larger wave 2 pullback, wave 2 correction. So in this scenario that I'm showing you, this is the base case. It's the base case as long as we're holding that red line down there. So 54,600. But there are a couple of ways how this could happen. So in the white scenario, we are dealing with an impulse. And in this impulsive structure, ideally, the price wouldn't break below the Friday low and we would go up more directly. And the micro support area that we talked about already yesterday is still holding. The market dipped into this region and we've already reversed out of it. But the reaction to the support zone is definitely not convincing to me. Definitely not convincing to me. And we are, as I said, we are stuck below resistance and above support. So we are pretty much in no man's land. The sideways correction that we've seen could easily be a wave 4 triangle, which could still get a little bit more sideways extensions. But as long as we're holding the Friday low, it is possible that wave 5 is already running or we started shortly. Wave 5 to 66,850. So this is the short-term bullish scenario. But in this scenario, definitely pay some attention to the resistance area, the nearest resistance area here, defined between 61,111 and 62,010 USD. This is the resistance area, plus there's a trend line, which is not so relevant because it only has 2 touch points, but still might be worth watching for resistance. This is short-term, yeah, this is short-term bullish. Now there is one that is still bullish. It's basically the same scenario, but we could get a bit of a deeper pullback. Yeah. So for example, A, B, C in a B wave pullback, and then a C wave rally from there. So that would mean it is the white count, but it doesn't develop as an impulse. Instead, it develops as a diagonal pattern. So we have a wave 1, a wave 2, and then A, B, C in wave 3, then a 4, 5. Yeah. So this is just allowing for a deeper pullback. There are two ways how this 5-wave move can unfold. Either as an impulse, ideally then the low is already in. Okay, technically it could still go a little lower, but there will be the point where we say, okay, this can't be an impulse anymore. It already now looks a bit strange as an impulse. But the bottom line is, in both of these scenarios, whether there's a bit of a deeper pullback or not, that red line is the make or break point. So that's short-term bullish and short-term bearish. The thing is, this sideways consolidation, as I said, we're in no man's land because we're below resistance, above support. This could even break to the downside, this triangle pattern here, and it would be an internal B wave, which results in a C wave decline. But we just have to be patient here, yeah. We haven't really seen any substantial breakout today. Sideways consolidation. I think tomorrow could be interesting, or maybe over the night something interesting happens. But yeah, it's a quiet Saturday, not unusual. Yeah? So and only below the red line, people ask me what is the bearish scenario. I mean, really bearish scenario would be Bitcoin breaking below the Monday low, and that will become more likely with a break below that red line at 54,620. And the idea is then, okay, we have an A wave down in the yellow A wave there. This here is a B wave rally, which might still extend a little higher. And then we go down in wave C. So basically, as soon as we break below the red line, I would track that. And support will then be 43K. Doesn't mean we have to get there, but this will be the key support level. By the way, before I forget, today I promised you I'm going to publish one video just for our Twitter community because you voted for that on Twitter. And it is Ondo. I had just published it half an hour ago. So if you waited for that, check it out. It is the poll we had run here, and Ondo was the clear winner. For the next poll, which will come out next week, yeah, make sure that you follow us here on Twitter. You'll find the link in the description. There's also plenty of other stuff that's published, like a link was published today, Injective, and so on. Yeah, that's the update about Bitcoin. Not this one, this one. That was the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.